There's a Zombie in My Treehouse. Words by Ken Plume and John Robinson. Art by Len Peralta. As read by Adam Savage. Life on Cameron Lane was as normal could be. There were normal houses and normal families and normal cars in normal garages with normal trees in all the normal yards. In this normal town, Johnny was a perfectly normal boy. You'd never guess there was anything special about him, judging by his normal looks and normal demeanor. In fact, he was just a normal boy. What wasn't normal, however, was the tree in his yard. Well, not the tree really. It was just a normal tree. It wasn't even the treehouse nestled in its lofty limb. That was normal too. On normal days, Johnny would come home after school and play in the treehouse. Some days, he'd rescue a princess from the evil dragon that perched menacingly in the topmost heights of an old oak tree. Other days, he'd vanquish the dread pirate lord whose flagship just happened to look suspiciously like the shed in Old Man Johnson's yard. Sometimes, he even managed to save the Ruby Galaxy from the monstrous Zorgo when his mother didn't make him come in too early. There came a day, however, not that long ago, when Johnny found something abnormal in his normal life. It was the day that Johnny discovered a zombie in his treehouse. How was he supposed to play today, or any day, no matter how much he wanted to drive the burly bandits from Gruesome Gulch? With the presence of this undead intruder, it certainly seemed like there was no way he'd ever be able to play in this treehouse again. Things went from bad to worse when that bully Billy Davis from down the street stopped him while they were walking home from school. "What's the matter?" Billy the bully asked. "Why are you playing in your stupid little treehouse?" "I can't play in my treehouse," Johnny said. "There's a zombie in it." "There's no such thing as a zombie, you ninny," Billy said. "Well, if you think that, you can go tell him. He's right up in the treehouse. I'll bet he'd love to hear he's not real. But I wouldn't do it if I were you. You'd have to be pretty stupid to do that." "You're stupid. I'll go tell your imaginary zombie whatever I want," Billy said with a sneer, and then pushed Johnny out of the way. And up the ladder he went. And Johnny waited. But Billy the bully never came back down again. The next day, Johnny's sister interrupted him while he was sitting in the den. He was trying in vain to find something worth watching on television, unable to shake the feeling that the dread arch-pirate Ernie Black was now ruling the oceans in his absence. "What's wrong with you?" his sister asked. "Why aren't you out in your treehouse pretending you're a cowboy or a princess or whatever it is you do out there?" "I can't go pretend in my treehouse," Johnny said. "There's a zombie in it." "That's silly. There can't be a zombie in your treehouse. Zombies can't climb trees," his sister said. "Everybody knows that." "Well, everybody but this zombie, apparently, because he's up in the treehouse. You're more than welcome to go tell him he can't possibly be up there, but I wouldn't if I were you." "I think I will go tell him," his sister said, smirking, and up the ladder she went. And Johnny waited. And waited. But his sister never came back down again. The next day, Johnny's mother came into his room while he was lying in his bed, wondering what he was going to do now that he didn't have a treehouse anymore. Who would save the Queen of the Moon? "What's wrong, Johnny?" his mother asked. "Why aren't you up in your treehouse having an adventure as a secret agent or something?" "I can't go have any more adventures in my treehouse," Johnny said. "There's a zombie in it." "Now, dear, we've talked about this before. Zombies aren't real. They're legends. In reality, they're just people who think they've died and been brought back from the grave," his mother said. "They just don't know any better. Perhaps it's just a confused person in your treehouse." "Well, the zombie in my treehouse definitely doesn't know any better because he's real and he's up there right now. It'd be great if someone could unconfuse him so he'd go away, but I wouldn't do it if I were you." "Nonsense. I will go tell that poor deluded man right this instant," his mother said. And up the ladder she went. And Johnny waited. And waited. And waited. But his mother never came back down again. The next day, Johnny's father came into the kitchen while Johnny was sitting at the breakfast table building the Great Pyramid out of cookies. "Johnny, why are you moping around in here?" his father said. "And have you seen your mother and sister?" Johnny sighed. "I'm in here because I can't go up in my treehouse and play. There's a zombie in it, and Mom and Sis went up to go take care of him." His father said. "Well, I hope they remember it takes a nice strong blow to the head to stop a zombie, and really, if it's only one zombie, he should be easy enough to deal with. I'm surprised and a little disappointed you weren't able to solve this problem on your own." "Well, he seemed to be more than I could handle, Dad, because he's still up in the treehouse. Maybe you could show me how to do it so I could have my treehouse back. I'd be sure to take notes so I could handle the next one, but maybe you should get some help, just in case." "Oh, poppycock, son. If it's only one zombie, I won't need anyone else. Dad'll show you how it's done straight away," his father said as he grabbed a sledgehammer, and up the ladder he went. And Johnny waited, and waited, and waited, and waited. But his father never came back down again. Johnny is still waiting for someone who can help him with his zombie problem. Because although it's nice to have the bully gone, and he does miss his mother and his father and his sister mostly, he really misses his treehouse.